Okay, folks, today we're talking about Patriots versus Loyalists. Our objective, I will be able to identify and justify scenarios as belonging to Patriots or Loyalists using text-based evidence. So the Join or Die banner that we looked at in our Do Now, this was published by Benjamin Franklin, and this was after the French and Indian War. And so the message of this is that the colonies needed to unite and form a stronger government. So if you just look to your right, you're seeing the snake and it's all cut up. But each part of the snake has a different colony. So we have New York, we have Pennsylvania, we have Maryland, we have Virginia. And so the message Franklin was trying to portray was that the colonies needed to unite. And they needed to unite against Britain. So just going back to our idea about propaganda, which is false news, how can this be seen as propaganda? I want you to think about that. How can this be seen as propaganda? Think also to the Paul Revere's Boston Massacre. So just a little recap. It's been a while since we looked at our graphic. That's complete. Showing the events that lead up to the American Revolution. So we started with the French and Indian War that led to debt. The Proclamation of 1763 prevented the colonists from moving west. We had the taxation without representation in British Parliament. Colonists weren't represented in Parliament. We had the Boston Massacre, where 5 colonists were killed by British soldiers. The Boston Tea Party, where the Sons of Liberty dumped British tea to protest the Tea Act. And then we had the response, the coercive acts, laws that punished Massachusetts for the Boston Tea Party. So, the causes of the American Revolution caused a divide within America itself, where you had 2 groups of people, ones who were loyal to Britain and others that kind of just wanted to break free. So the ones that wanted to break free were called the Patriots. Those were colonists who wanted independence from Britain. They felt that British taxes and laws were violating or hurting their rights as British citizens. Because even though they're, in the American colonies, they're still British citizens. And we had about 40% of the colonists identify as patriots. But on the other hand, we had loyalists. And those were colonists who wanted to remain connected. Those tended to be wealthier people. So your landowners, clergymen, or anyone who had any political or economic ties to Britain. Now, we see a smaller percentage, about 25, identified as loyalists. However, there is indeed a third side. And those are people who are neutral. So, neutrals were colonists who did not commit strongly with either patriots or loyalists. Maybe they had patriot or loyalist tendencies, but they were like, I can't really choose between the two. They were also known as fence sitters. And they tended to be non-English speaking citizens, so maybe you're immigrants from Germany or Spain who didn't want to get involved. And we had 25% of that population identify as neutral.